For my final project on using visual literacy to improve a lesson, I chose a lesson I do with my first grade classes, writing a summary of the butterfly life cycle. In my role as technology teacher, most of my lessons focus on teaching students how to use various technology tools such as Google Apps and Microsoft Office programs. For this assignment, I chose to improve a lesson that I do with first grade students using Google Docs. In the regular classroom, students are taught a unit on animal life cycles. The teacher creates a terrarium in the room, and students are able to observe the complete life cycle of a butterfly. The students then come to the computer lab to write a summary of what they have learned using a Google Doc. The objectives of this lesson are students can create an original document based on a story, activity, or event, including text and images using digital tools and resources. Students can create a visual model such as a graph or concept map. My computer lab contains 30 desktop computers, and the two first grade classes have 21 and 22 students each. Every student works on his or own computer. To start the year off, I teach the students how to log in and how to set up their Google Chrome accounts. By the time I start this lesson, students are well practiced in these skills and know how to access Google Classroom. For me, Google Classroom has been an invaluable technology tool. It is very user-friendly, and students as young as kindergarten can utilize this program. I have found it is the easiest way for my students to access any of the documents, videos, or websites that we use in class. It also allows me to access their work at any time to check their progress and make individual comments when necessary. Prior to my improvements for this lesson, I would have done a lot more lecturing in front of the class. Traditionally, I would project my computer onto the screen in front of the room and walk the students through the entire lesson. I would model the steps on my computer and the students would replicate them on their own. I imagine the students looking like this and thinking something like this. There were 3 visual literacy components added to improve this lesson. To assist students in recalling the concepts learned in class, an iMovie was created to give a video summary of the butterfly life cycle. A storyboard was created to help assess understanding of the concept. And finally, to individualize the lesson, a video was created using Screencastify to explain how to insert an image into a Google Doc. Students started the lesson by watching the iMovie I created. This iMovie is a quick summary of the butterfly life cycle and is accessed via Google Classroom.
The life cycle of the monarch butterfly. The monarch butterfly starts as a tiny egg on a leaf of the milkweed plant. Some butterflies lay 1 egg at a time. Some butterflies lay many eggs at a time. It's time to hatch. The caterpillar gnaws its way out of the egg and then eats the eggshell for its first meal. The caterpillar then eats and eats and eats until it becomes an adult caterpillar. This stage usually lasts for 2 to 4 weeks. When the caterpillar is ready, it finds a safe, sheltered spot to begin the next stage. The caterpillar begins to make its chrysalis. It will not eat during this stage. Here is where the caterpillar will begin its metamorphosis. Metamorphosis is a big change. This will take anywhere from a few days to many months. When the caterpillar is almost ready to come out, the chrysalis will become transparent. Transparent means clear or see-through. When the butterfly first emerges, its wings are wrinkled and wet. The butterfly stretches out its wings and rests while they dry. And this is the complete cycle of the life of the monarch butterfly.
Students could watch the video at their own pace. They used headphones to help them stay focused, and they could use the rewind feature to repeat any part they needed to see again. They could also watch the video a second time if they wanted. Next, to improve my assessment of student understanding, I created a storyboard depicting the stages in a butterfly life cycle using Google Drawing. For this storyboard, I added the images on the sides of the drawing. After watching the video, students opened the storyboard diagram from Google Classroom. On this assignment, students needed to place the pictures in the correct order and then label them. I could easily circulate the room to check students' understanding of the sequence of steps in the butterfly life cycle. The last improvement that I made to this lesson is the addition of an instructional video I created using the Google Chrome extension called Screencastify. Screencastify allows you to record what you are doing on your computer and to record any voiceover as you are working. So instead of just modeling this one time in front of the class, I made a video that the students could watch individually.
Click your mouse after your sentence. Then press the Enter key 2 times. Go up to the word Insert and click on it. Click on the first one that says Image. This box will pop up. Then you will need to find the word Search and click on Search. In the Google box right here, type in the word of the picture that you would like to find. I would like to find the picture of a chrysalis. Click the blue button with the magnifying glass. Then it will give you options to choose from. Choose the picture that you would like to use in your paper. Click on it. You see a blue check mark here. Now, you need to click on the blue box down here that says Select and wait for the picture to go into your paper. Now, notice the picture is very large. If you would like to make it smaller, you need to click on the picture and you see these blue squares all around the picture. To make the entire picture smaller, you need to click on a box in the corner. And when you see the arrow change to a diagonal arrow, you can click on it and drag it smaller.
With this video, the lesson is now more individualized. Students are able to watch or re-watch the video whenever needed. Now, when there are several students struggling, I can tell them to re-watch the video as they wait for me to come around. Students that understand the process immediately are able to complete their assignment independently. Here are some samples of student work. The sample on the right illustrates another concept of visual literacy we discussed, choosing the right image. We discussed how this is a summary of what they learned in their science unit in class, and that we are adding an image to help describe the summary. Many students at this age find the process of adding an image to their document fascinating. They think it is really exciting to see the images pop up during the image search, and then they look for the coolest pictures, which often have nothing to do with what they are writing about. We discussed how it is important to choose an image of a real butterfly or chrysalis and not a clip art or cartoon image. We also discussed that they needed to choose the image that most closely resembled what they actually saw in their classroom. I developed 2 forms of assessment. The first assessment that I will use is an observation checklist. As students are working, I will circulate the room to assess whether each student completes the following tasks: watches the first video on the butterfly life cycle, accurately completes the storyboard, watches the second video on inserting an image into a Google Doc, completes the textual summary of the butterfly life cycle, and inserts an appropriate image in the Google Doc and resizes it correctly. I will specifically be looking to see how independently students are able to insert an image after watching the instructional video. The second assessment that I will use is a student survey. I created the survey using Google Forms. I will post a link to the survey on Google Classroom and students will be able to access it there. Being that the students are only in first grade, the question response choices on the survey were kept to a simple yes and no answer. The questions were designed to try to ascertain whether the students felt the videos were helpful in reviewing the butterfly life cycle and in teaching them how to insert an image in a Google Doc. This concludes my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it, and I welcome your friendly critiques.